Hi, and welcome to another 5 Minutes with Mark. We're in chapter 5, verses 14 to 20. The swineherds ran off and told it in the city and in the country. Then people came to see what it was that had happened. They came to Jesus and saw the demoniac sitting there, clothed and in his right mind, the very man who had had the legion, and they were afraid. Those who had seen what had happened to the demoniac and to the swine reported it. Then they began to beg Jesus to leave their neighborhood. As he was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed by the demons begged him that he might be with them. But Jesus refused and said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and what mercy he has shown you." And he went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. And everyone was amazed. So once again, like most passages in Mark, this one is really loaded up with information. And it's one of the reasons I keep doing this is the more that I look at and the more that I read, the more that I see in the texts from Mark. Um, the people who knew this man as someone possessed by demons come back and find him clothed and in his right mind, which is completely the opposite of what they expected. This man who was usually bound, who could fight out of his bounds, this man who they tried to tie down for his own protection, is suddenly wearing clothes and in his right mind. So something very significant has happened from this man's encounter with Jesus. There's been a major change in this man's life. And so because of that, the people of the city were afraid. And the eyewitnesses that told them and reported it were part of what made them afraid. And so then it says they began to beg Jesus to leave their neighborhood. And so that's very interesting because Jesus has done this great work of healing, this great thing, and yet these Gentiles, these non-Jewish people who don't know the law, they don't know the prophets, they don't know the promise of the Messiah, ask him to leave. Probably, most likely because they're scared of what kind of power this man possesses. And so once again, Jesus gets into the boat, but as he does, this man that had been possessed by legions came and wanted to follow Jesus. But Jesus refused, and in what he says, there's a whole lot more. Again, that's packed in these words. Go home and tell your friends and show them how much the Lord has done for you and what mercy he's shown you. And he went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. So in this, what is so remarkable, what stands out for me is most of the other healings, most of the other times Jesus has cast out demons so far in the gospel, he's told the demons, he's told the people healed to tell no one. And yet here is a non-Jew, an outsider, and he suddenly tells this man to go and tell. And he tells him to go and tell in the territory of the Gentiles. And some of the people that I read that have written about this suggest that this is a foreshadowing of what's going to happen once Jesus dies, is that the ministry is going to go from just a ministry to the Jews to a ministry to the Gentiles. And this man foreshadows that, and Jesus sending him out foreshadows that. But there's also one other thing in here that's hiding, that probably with our eyes we don't see. Jesus is to tell them how much the Lord has done for you. It's about the only time in Mark's gospel where Jesus refers to himself as the Lord. It's this whole mishmash, this whole coming together, this whole revealing of Jesus when he lets this man know that he is the Lord. And so in this, we see new words and a new movement the gospel to the Gentiles. Thank you so much, and I hope you join me another day.